A very fresh good morning to all. Be safe at your home and take care of yourself. Welcome to the class of chemistry. I am your chemistry teacher Ayushi Sharma. Let's start with today's topic of revision. Today we are going to revise the purification of water. That means about water treatment plant. In cities, we know that drinking water is supplied from the waterworks. In waterworks, the methods like sedimentation, decantation, loading, filtration and chlorination are used to remove the undesirable pollutants of water. The main source of water which is supplied in the cities is either a nearby river or we can say that lake, where they are also known as reservoirs. The water which is present in these lakes or any other reservoir usually contains some suspended solid substances and some germs. So, it's necessary before this water should be supplied to homes, it must be purified to remove these impurities as well as these germs. This is done at the place which is known as water treatment plant or water works. It is situated near the bank of a river or a lake. The purification of water is done in the following step. Let us have a look on these steps. The very first step we are having, that is sedimentation tank. Yes, the water which is coming from the reservoirs is pumped by pumping station into the large reservoirs known as sedimentation tank. In this type of tank, the water is allowed to stand for some time. And during this time, the insoluble solid substances which are present in the water get settled down at the bottom of this tank. And this process is known as sedimentation. Now, from this sedimentation tank, the water is now sent to a loading tank. As we know that in the loading, what we do? Yes, we add a alum, which is also known as fitkari. These heavy particles of alum get stick to the suspended particles present in water. In this way, the suspended particles becomes heavy and start settling down at the bottom of this tank. So that the process of loading removes the suspended particles from the water. The next step we are having filtration tank. The water is then passed through the filtration tank. This tank has 3 layers. First layer is of sand, second layer is of coarse sand, and the third layer is of gravel, that is very small tiny stone particles which is present at the bottom. The layers of the sand and gravels act as a filters here. When the water passes through the layers of sand and gravel, the smallest suspended particles also get removed from the water. Now this clear water is passes into the chlorination tank. Here the chlorine gas is passed through the water. The main purpose to add the chlorine gas in the water is to kill the germs which are present in it. This is known as disinfecting the water or sterilizing the water. Now we can say that water which we have got becomes fit for drinking. Afterwards, the clean and disinfected water is pumped by pumping stations and reserved into high storage tanks. And from this high storage tanks, the water is supplied to homes and different areas of the city. I think you have understood the whole procedure of treatment of water in the treatment plants. The next topic for revision we are having physical and chemical change. We know that there are some changes during which no new substance is formed and there are some other changes in which new substances are formed. So on the basis of that, we define 2 types of changes, that is physical and chemical change. Let us understand the difference between the two. We know that when we talk about physical changes, it's a kind of change in which no chemical composition changes, only the physical properties of a substance changes. But on the other hand, during chemical change, there is a change in the chemical composition of the substance. Physical changes are mainly reversible. That means they can be easily reversed back into their original state. But chemical changes are irreversible. There is no new substance formed during the physical change, but during chemical change, the substances are formed. Some changes occur when heating or cooling is done, but in chemical change, there is an involvement of heat energy. Sometime absorption or sometime release of energy takes place. Now let's understand the two type of changes through this video.
Physical and chemical changes. Look at these leaves. The first leaf is fresh and green, while the other is dry and brown. Can we make the dry leaf fresh again? Well, we cannot do so, and that is because the leaves have undergone a chemical change that cannot be reversed. All the changes that take place in our surroundings are either physical or chemical changes. Let us learn more about these changes. When water is frozen, it forms ice. However, ice and water are made up of the same type of substance, that is, water molecules. This means that freezing just changed the physical form of water from liquid to solid, but the molecules inside remain the same. Such a change, where only the physical properties of the substance change and no new substance is formed, is called a physical change. The formation of ice can be easily reversed by heating the ice to form water. Most physical changes can be reversed. Melting of an ice cream, chopping of wood, bending of a wire, breaking of a glass, and breaking of a pencil are physical changes. Now look at this log of wood. Even after being cut from the tree, the wood remained same. But what happens when this log of wood is set to fire? Upon burning, the wood changes into ash. Ash is a new substance which has different chemical properties than wood, and it cannot be changed back into wood again. Such a change, where the chemical properties of the substance change and a new substance is formed, is called a chemical change. Chemical changes are mostly irreversible. Burning of paper, rusting of iron, cooking of rice, curdling of milk, and ripening of fruits are chemical changes. So now you know all about physical and chemical changes.
Now, on the basis of today's topic, I have given you two more questions. Please go through these questions and write down in your registers. Thank you and have a nice day.